And I want to ask you, because you are deep in the like algorithm activating stuff.
He's got the blueprint for it.
I feel like I have really tapped in. I feel like I even going through Lala, like I'm not walking through Lala and people aren't coming up to me or anything like that. And I don't really want that ever. But sometimes I feel like when I'm in crowds, like I get a look where people look at me like they know me. And I just feel like it's because like I feel like I just show up on people's fucking screens a lot, which is like, that's obviously what I'm trying to do, you know? So wait, I want to hear from you two. How much do I show up on people's fucking...
Yeah, you already know. I'm like, sometimes I don't even have enough time to keep
I have you
keep
muted
up.
because I won't see anything else.
How many of you guys have me muted? I want to know.
I've got 'em.
Do the poll.
I'm
Do
gonna
the
mute
poll
him
right
right
now.
now.
How many of you guys honestly have me muted? And
all right. Battle raps cause I've shaken grown men to the point that they can't even face their own friends. That's why they rhyme about jewels, not life, cause the ice on which they skating is so thin.
Welcome to the Party with Strategy podcast. Welcome back to the Party with Strategy podcast. Two very special guests who I'm excited to have back here in the new space, blessing it. We've done a little bit of redecorating here. We've added some fun things. You know, I had Heavy in here for the debut of the room, and he started getting emotional and bringing up like heartfelt topics, and I was like, what are you doing? We're supposed to have a good time here. He's like, I don't know, dog. You created this room that just makes me want to
just open up.
he's the sweetest man.
He's the best.
He's literally a gentle giant. I love him.
You know, I had to put some dumb shit in here to make it a little more fun, and I feel like we're calibrating.
Well, you got
that's where we come in.
Yeah, so I brought these guys in, and let me introduce you real quick.
Cool.
We got the Speed Demon. He only operates at 140 BPM plus. Yeah. The Baby Blues that can't lose.
Wow. Flash him. Oh, Jesus Christ. I have an accident.
From Caliago back home to Chicago.
Good God. Mother God.
That name's still kind of...
Yo, shout out
Close.
Brad Backer.
Oh, my God.
The Jeep Jackers.
Whoa.
Ooh, I like that.
I like that.
Making Chicago juke again.
Facts.
The Rush Hour Radio Renegades.
Ooh. Wow.
My boys, Jake Shore and Shane Walsh.
Walshy Wabash, I think, is the new one. Or Where's Walsh?
Or Where's Walsh? I go
and
by
there's
a couple
many names
aliases.
at this point, man.
But happy to have us, or I'm happy you have us, dude. Like, it's so good to have us on the podcast together, because the last time you were here, I was in the background, and I was kind of just like chiming in a little bit here and there, so it's good.
I hate when he's in the background.
I know, me too.
And I think, you know what? Let's start with that. We haven't really talked about this, but I think a lot of people have at least made the comment to me, and I know you've been getting some comments about it, but dude, I am so happy that I finally feel like I found a way to really, I mean, you've always been in the fold. It's always been in the fold. Everybody knows that, but like now really bring him in the fold. And it's obviously him, even Kimberly, my fiance, my dad, you know, I think for me, this is what we talked about last time I was on here. Coming home is been so fucking special for me. And I mean, I've even had like other people just tell me that I just look happier, which I thought I was happy already. But, and I agree though, I'm just feel, you know, when they say home there's no place like home, like I literally like am in living that, but more so it's allowed me to bring in the people that are actually in my life and give them their shine. You know what I mean? In any way possible. Not that you needed that, Walshy, but like, you deserve to be on camera. He deserves to get all the accolades. He deserves to get all the followers. He deserves, because he didn't even hesitate when I asked him to do this. It's like, not only has I know he's been kind of like waiting to find his spot with it.
Yeah, I think that
but
was
also like
what it was.
Straight up told me, I don't care what it takes. I don't care how much, I don't care if we make any money. I don't care. I'm in. I'm fucking in. And like, that is the true testament of like why this works and why it's so like, I mean, dude, we picked that thing up, Rush Hour Radio, and just went.
So real quick, just tell people, for anyone who may not know what Rush Hour Radio is, what it is, what you guys are doing.
Rush Hour Radio, it's us driving around in Jeep all throughout Chicago, doing the same shit that we used to do back in 2016, pimping it to the bar with the Buffett swag.
Just winking at floozies and spitting fire at bimbos dirtier than the water at Rio de Janeiro.
Yeah, but it's...
Clip that.
We would play music going down to Joy District on a Sunday fun day, and now we just set up a camera and do the same shit.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's the epitome of, I think it's the essence and like the overall just culture of Chicago, right? Like everybody at some point here, especially in the summer months, you're in a car blasting your favorite tunes with your friends down Lakeshore Drive or just within the iconic parts of Chicago. And I mean, maybe I'm speaking for myself, but you kind of know that you're going to turn some heads. You're going to get some attention. So like he said, we're just doing what we've always done, but now we're documenting it, we're capturing it, and we're packaging it in a way that can be easily like digestible on screen. And it's at the end of the day, it's authentic to us. But yes, we are booming in the Jeep. Shout out Marino Jeep up in the Six Corners, Portage Park. Got to shout them out. They sponsored us. They literally hand us a brand new Jeep Wrangler every episode, every week that we do this. And
they're just so supportive too.
Yeah,
like, they're like, oh, you want to do this? Oh yeah, no problem. They're just so nice to work with.
Yeah.
Nice.
So shout out to those guys. I really appreciate them.
I also want to just kind of like simplify for people. If you've ever seen like carpool karaoke, it is basically carpool karaoke for DJs. It is fast-paced, Chicago-style, hard house music. It's 140 and above, and it's that's why it's called Rush Hour. We drive through the city during that time. We go through the most iconic parts of the city, and we've even been able to have on some guests recently with Wookie and 4B, Valentino Khan, shout out to those guys. And we have some special guests that are coming, including some Chicago athletes. We're not discriminating. It does not just have to be DJs.
Right.
Anybody that is going to bring light to Chicago and just spread that like good vibes that we have here, that's what it's all about. So Rush Hour Radio, full mixes are on YouTube, clips are on all the other platforms. And I mean, it's the easiest way for girls to get a look at Walshy every day. So
that or Bodega, either one.
Yeah, try facts.
But it's a lot of fun when I feel like we've already had so many crazy adventures with some of our guests.
Yeah, man, it's been cool.
It's been really cool, and like it's kind of like with 4B, like you guys might see it on the episode that we're about to release. We're going to release it this week on Wednesday.
Yeah, this week we'll probably come out with the 4B episode.
Is it a weekly drop?
We kind of just
I would say not weekly right now because it's not be like high demand, right? But like we're ahead of all of our releases right now, so we're trying to do almost every other week or every week.
Yeah,
but it's becoming like every other Wednesday.
I think the nice thing is right now we don't have like nobody's running the show but us,
right?
And we have a small team. It's me and Walsh, obviously, that are in on like the actual like filming and
Chanimal,
and then there's Chanimal. Shout out Joey Chan. He is the mastermind. Our little Chinese friend. He's literally like he's our short round.
He's Korean.
No, I'm pretty sure.
I don't know.
Okay, shut up.
He's like the guy from Ocean's 11.
Yes,
that they put in the
literally.
The food cart.
He's like the fucking man. He's always there. He also is just like
he's such a character too.
Fuck man, the spirit of that kid is like the friend that you want. He's not gonna like to hear this, but literally, physically, and like from a relationship standpoint, looks up to us. But he doesn't know this. We look up to him. He's just like so fucking down, and he's so dialed. He never misses a beat when it comes to the camera shit, and like he just is. Again, he's another dude who's just into it and is down for the cause. There's really no money in this right now at all, right? None. And like eventually there could be, and like I know that there will be because I can just like it's already kind of bubbling, but like, and then then we have another guy. Ben boy, Big Ben.
Walker.
Ben Walker is like he's in the background. You're never gonna see him really, and like he kind of likes it that way. But he is the guy. He's the logistics man. He's the dude who's taking calls. He's the guy who's like doing all the relationships and all like the stuff that we don't want to do.
Well, I mean, he's the one who hooked it up with the connection with Marino.
Yeah. So I mean, at the end of the day, like he really kind of brings in, and handles a lot of the logistical stuff and a lot of the like the talking points with different like parties and stuff. So he's been good, but it's a small group right now, and we don't have like this immense pressure from anybody to do or put out or whatever. We're just having fun with it.
Yeah.
And the cool thing is, I hate to say it, it kills me because but I'm behind on the content. We have so much fucking content. Every show we do, we come away with like 15 to 30 like solid clips.
Yeah.
And it's hard to post them all, but it's also like the best problem to have right now.
That's also like another fun thing about it is like we shoot the episode. We're also now posting the route, which is great. I think we just did that for the first time last episode.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
So stay tuned. And
did you have some people pull up?
Yeah, there were some people that said what's up, and I think like we're realistic about it, right? Like we almost don't even like expect anything because at the end of the day, we know that just by doing it time and time again, like we have noticed that people instead of just like people are gonna look because it just looks fucking crazy.
And we're just blaring music.
Some people are
outside
gonna
the Jeep.
scoff.
So it's like,
But what I'm noticing more and more is, yes, people are invested, but they're also like, when they see us, now we're starting to get like, I watch you guys all the time, or like, we love this. Like, we're starting to get that now.
this weekend, like to your point, like when I was working at Bodega, a couple girls came up to me. They go, you know what? You're on my TikTok algorithm more than you should be.
Yeah.
And I go, for which one? I'm like, which one are we talking about? She goes, no, the Jeep rush hour. I was like, all right, well, that's good news. I like that. So,
I think it really hit me this past weekend. So my manager, Tim Benito, he also is part owner in Card Vault. Card Vault is like, it's a brick and mortar store company that runs the sports card game and like which is huge. Fucking huge right now.
I also hate you for that whole, you talk about it.
We'll talk about it. So like, that's what I'm getting into. Basically Card Vault they've opened up now like 6 stores. Their most recent one they just opened up. It was in Wrigley this past weekend, right across the street on Addison. It's partnered with by Tom Brady. I think you guys know him. And it's just a massive like undertaking that they're doing right now, and it just so happens that my manager is like the guy who's also part owner in it. So, which is great for me because I'm trying to be a household name at the end of this. I'm not trying to be the biggest DJ, and in order to do that, you gotta play around in different fields, right? So like the sports cards and the sports game, like it's crazy, right? So I ended up going to the opening. Hung out with Tom Brady, which was pretty fucking cool.
Hate you for that.
Yeah, I'm sure. That's Walsh's like fucking
fucking idol, and I'm so pissed because he posted like a story, and I commented, I go, I hate you so much right now, and he just liked it.
Yeah.
You sick fuck.
So hanging out with Tom Brady, but also got to meet Sean Burke from the Sox, and got to meet Crow Armstrong from the Cubs, and I'm talking to these guys and like just like shooting the shit with them, and I'm like, you know what? You guys should be on the show. And they're like, what show? Yeah, we're down. Like, not even like knowing what it is. I was like, have you guys heard of Rush Hour Radio? It's like the 2 dudes that are in the Jeep DJing, and both of them, oh, you're the dude. You're that dude. Like, they knew what it was. And that's when like my manager, Tim, was like, whoa, damn, dude. Like, I didn't, like, they know what it is. Like, that's fucking huge. And I'm like, yeah, I guess I didn't really even realize that it's like, they may not know me, but they know the show, they know the concept, and I think it's just going to keep growing. And when you add those pieces like an athlete on there, it makes the person, because like, dude, the house music and the DJ world, like as big as sometimes we make it, it is fucking small, and nobody really cares as much as we do. But when you add those household names, or you start seeing like people from the Cubs now on it, all of a sudden it clicks for people, and they're like, oh, that's what they're doing. Which is awesome. And we've seen it when we had a couple of the guests on.
Well, here's the thing too. It's like,
I love when he says, here's the thing.
It's great because normally when you're starting like something new, like what we're starting now, you always kind of get a couple of those comments of like, oh, look who it is. It's the Jeep guys, kind of condescending comments. But I want to say I really appreciate everyone that has come up to us, like me or you specifically, by themselves, and just like, I really love this idea. And just keep making it, and like that makes me so happy, and like keeps me more motivated to keep doing it. And that's why I feel like even when we had our like little break, it was so energizing to come back, and I feel like we crushed that last episode.
Yeah, and so like what he's adhering to is we did like 7 episodes in June, which means like we did like sometimes 1 or 2 a week, which also just the logistics, like we're learning as we go.
Right.
And the logistics of it at first is like, we were going to Portage Park, which is up on the northwest side, to go get the Jeep. So we would drive there through traffic at any given time of the day in Chicago, get the Jeeps, come back down with the Jeeps to the city, drive around, go back to the Jeep dealership, drop it off, and then drive back home.
Yeah, it was
so you guys know this. If you don't know this at home, that's like 6 hours.
6 hours.
Okay, I don't have 6 hours to do anything.
Yeah.
So
your day is cooked.
After the 4B show, and I don't want to shit on the 4B show, by the way. Shout out Bobby for doing it.
Yeah.
And I appreciate any artists that are just like these 3 artists, Wookie, Valentino, they didn't even hesitate. Yeah. They just said, yes, we support you. Let's fucking do it. That was a trials and tribulations type of show. We had so many things go wrong. So many things like just the timing, the traffic, the day, it was like such a crazy hectic. We learned a lot that episode, but what we learned most was like, we need to dial some things in because if it affects our mood,
you can see it on camera.
You can see it on camera. And we watched back that episode and we have enough clips to make it work, but there was a lot of like, oh my God,
there's just a lot of logistical things that we didn't really think about. And we were already in the heat of it. And like towards the end of Bobby's set, 4B's set, the camera shut off right away. And we're like, what the hell?
We ran out of memory because we had done so much back and forth. And like, there was like, he didn't have the right USB loaded up. He thought it was an SD card thing. We didn't really communicate that to him well. He was a champ about the whole thing though. Total champ. Thank God, right? Because he could have totally been like, what the fuck are these guys doing?
It's like a bit of a trauma bond going,
we took about a month off from doing the show. And just last week we did our first one again. Like you would never know because again, we have so much content, but like, we needed that. And again, I think it's just us being real right now. It's like we are just building the plane as we go. So if you think that it looks polished and you think it looks great, like
it ain't.
It is.
It is.
But
now.
It also is like we're just trying to figure out as we go. And it's, you know, it's just like anything. But I'm excited to continue to see it grow. And I'm doing it with my best friend at the end of the day, man.
That's the whole point.
You know?
It's like we're just having fun, just hanging out.
And most importantly, we're bringing something, I think, dope to Chicago. We're giving people a reason, artists, to come to Chicago when they're here. Like my goal for it is that when people, not just DJs, but anybody comes, either you're just a visitor, tourist, or you're an artist or somebody like comedian, whatever in the internet, you want to be like to your agent or you want to be like to your friends, I hope I see those guys. Or, hey, get me on this show because I think it's just got so many possibilities and so many like ways that it can grow. We're excited for it. So.
That's incredible. And I'm proud of you guys. And I hope that you keep it going because that to me is what the best things start as is like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm enjoying doing it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of,
I'm sure your podcast started like that at some point, right?
Absolutely. I mean, me and Dolo started the Strategy and Dolo show in his lowrider, driving around Avondale. Both of us talking shit. One guy driving, one guy in the other seat. We tried to live stream it, which was a horrific idea.
Tricky. Yeah. We thought about that too, but
was it IRL? Whatever they call it, the streamers.
It was when Facebook Live first came out.
Yeah.
So we were on Facebook Live. We're trying to
like
they were pushing that, bro. Like, it was awesome. But I really can relate to just being with your boy, cruising around, listening to music, talking shit, having fun.
Yeah.
I think that's a big part of it. Is people can deeply relate to that.
100%. I think there's a lot of things to it, right? Like I think the core of it is just that, right? You can hopefully see yourself with your best friend banging out to some fucking good ass music. And like, of course, like when we go into it, like I'm dialing it up and like, this is where being the DJ and getting the reps on the road and just understanding the culture. Like I know what is going to probably hit and what's not. And I also know what we look like when something gets played and how well we're lip syncing it or looking to the camera. Like those little things matter. But also I think it's times that the relatability times it by like that view, right? Like you don't see that view. It's a scroll stopper. It's like, where the fuck is the camera at? Like, why are these guys like, what's going on here, right? So there's like a plethora of things why I think it works, but I think the core of it is just that people can relate to it.
Yeah. And I want to ask you, because you are deep in the like algorithm.
Yeah, he's got the blueprint for it. For sure.
Wait, I want to hear from you too. How much do I show up on people's fucking?
Yeah, you already know. I'm like, sometimes I don't even have enough time to keep.
I have you muted because I won't see anything else.
How many of you guys have me muted? I want to know. Do the poll. Do the poll right now. How many of you guys honestly have me muted? And I'd like to know. No, I'm interested about that because I feel like I have really tapped in. I feel like I even going through Lala, like I'm not walking through Lala and people aren't coming up to me or anything like that. And I don't really want that ever. But sometimes I feel like when I'm in crowds, like I get a look where people look at me like they know me. And I just feel like it's because like I feel like I just show up on people's fucking screens a lot, which is like, that's obviously what I'm trying to do, you know? So,
well, here's my question, because you guys are posting reels, you're posting vertical, but you're posting, you're doing widescreen in the vertical landscape, which if it wasn't you, I'd be like, these guys are stupid. They don't know what they're doing. That's like what a fucking 50-year-old posting on Instagram would do. But you know what you're doing, so I feel like you're onto something. Why are you doing that? Why are you not posting vertical?
Yeah, a couple of reasons. One, it's a scroll stopper, right? It's a break in the action. If you're scrolling and you're seeing consistent vertical videos, and then all of a sudden you see like the black screen on the top and the bottom, that in itself is like a mind like trick, right? To kind of get you to stop scrolling. And that's like been talked about amongst a lot of like, those creator gurus and like what's working. So that's one reason. The other reason is like, me personally, I just feel like you're not gonna get the whole essence of it sometimes if I do the vertical ones. I haven't done them in a while because they take a little bit more editing, but I've done the vertical ones where it kind of pans,
shifts,
and that in itself, because it's panning from one side to the left, like that keeps your brain going as well. But I feel like,
or like the pop zooms,
it's so important for me to have us both on screen, because I think that's, again, like you said, the essence of like two guys in a Jeep, two friends in a Jeep just doing their thing, whatever. But I think, like you said, like that is, maybe you may look at that like, oh, I thought we're not supposed to do that. But that is where the scroll stopping, the break in the scroll happens, because you have like a different format. But I also think it allows that hook to be really prevalent and pop off the screen, the hook being the written words above, because you have that black space.
You have the room up there.
And that's the most important part.
Yeah.
There's the visual of us and what we're doing in the video is extremely important to carry it through. But that written, and I go like, I'm very, very specific about that and very strategic about the number of words, what it says, and how it connects to the video. Sometimes they hit, sometimes they don't. One that really, really stuck out and hit that I get reposted 20 times a day. We did, I have a remix of My Boo that goes into like DOD's Sleepless, but it's like, I just cut like the original part of My Boo. And, that's a classic 90s song that people know. And, leave room to clip it right here if we have to. Cool. And so basically I took the hook and I was like, if this song doesn't make you feel a certain type of way, we did not have the same childhood. And like that hook
the
with the song just worked so fucking well that it hit people's like core, like, childhood memories, or just tugged on their heartstrings or something, because it just gets reposted daily. And then the comment section is just, fuck, this hit me, or this reminds me of the roller skating days, or whatever it is. And like, sometimes they're a hit, sometimes they're a miss, but I think that also goes back to you just got to fire. And if you have a mode where you have like a thing that we have where it's like you have 40 clips, and you can post all 40 of those clips 5 different ways. It's that's what I'm saying. I have way too much shit. I can't even post them all right now. You know what I mean? But it's good.
That's the best part, I think, about us actually sitting down and editing together.
That's the fun part.
It takes 3 hours, 3.5 hours, but like we get to see all these clips, and it also helps me understand how I look in camera and be better. So like it's kind of like one of those situations where we just have so many clips. So like.
Yeah, that's been the fun, almost probably the fun, like the most fun part. I mean, obviously, like the recordings are fun, but going and sitting down and editing it with like me, him, and Joey.
That's so fun.
We're sitting there and we're going through it. We're shooting the shit, like we're fucking.
Joey gets mad at us
goofing
all the time.
off, like whatever. But we're going clip by clip, and it is like an eruption of just like laughter when we see something and we know like. That's a clip. Like clip it, like for sure, clip in, like.
And then we'll ask Joey, "Is that a clip?" He's like, "No."
And well, that's the thing too. Like, I think something that I've been doing lately, and this is a little bit of juice for anybody that's making content out there. Watch your clips with the sound off.
Oh yeah, that's
and
a
if
good point.
you are attracted to it, and like you can feel the energy with the sound off, the sound and that written hook is like, those are gonna glue it all together. But I think that's a key piece of my content is like, you can watch it with the sound off and feel the fucking energy. You don't even need to know what song it is.
Yeah, I do not watch anything with my sound on. I will turn my sound on if I see something that I want to watch with sound on. But I scroll silent. I'm a silent killer, dog.
Silent killer.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. I like it.
Let me take a leak real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Hold on. Shouts to Long Drink for sponsoring the podcast. Absolutely the best cocktail you can get out there. That's exactly what it is. A cocktail in a can. It's not a seltzer. As you can tell, it's not one of those stupid, long, skinny cans that makes you look like an idiot stick when you're drinking it. This is good stuff. anyone I give one of these to asks me what it is, where they can get it, and why they haven't had it before. I'm putting people on. You guys are next. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the program. Go to your local liquor store. Target's got them, wherever you can. Grab a long drink today. Enjoy. Watch the pod. Let's get back to it. Thank you. So you glossed over you want to be more than a DJ.
Yeah.
What exactly does that mean? You're on like your Logan Paul shit? I mean, I know you're a wrestler fan. Are you looking to become a WWE star at some point?
I love
like,
Logan Paul.
What's your vision here? Because I thought you were going to take over the DJ world. I thought you were going for Calvin Harris's crown.
That's a given. That's a given. That's how I'm like, that's how I think personally. Like, that's already happening. Like, even though it hasn't happened yet, I guess you want to say, like, that's already happening. Like,
the movement.
Yeah, that's already like
race.
In my head, that's already on the way. But like, I feel like if that was the goal, if that was the top of the mountain, I'm gonna get there, and then I'm gonna be like, I don't want to get there and be like, oh, well, what's next?
Yeah.
Or like, I'm like trying to shoot for shit that like I can't even like necessarily fathom right now. Like, I can't even necessarily like even predict.
But is it money? Is it like I want to be able to?
It's freedom.
It's freedom. Okay.
It's freedom of it's freedom of four things. It's freedom of money, freedom of like my finances. I want to be able to do and buy whatever I want. To support my family, to set up my generational wealth for my family, for like a legacy, of course. Freedom of network. I want to be able to have the freedom to work with anybody that I want to, and anybody want to work with me. Freedom of access. I want to have freedom to access anything I want. And then freedom of just like my peace, and just have those four freedoms for me is really what it's about. And so like when you think about that, to just be the biggest DJ in the world, that seems kind of like small. That seems like kind of like simple. Like, I feel like for me, man, I want to be a household name, and I want my impact to actually shift something culturally in the world, whether that be through music, which I think is the first vessel. Like, that's the clearest vessel, especially for most people that follow me or that know me. Yes, that is my current like vessel and platform of how I'm going to do that. But I think I've shown myself, and probably a lot of other people, that like I can do way more than just be a DJ. I can do way more as far as like I've like tapped in. I don't ever consider myself this, but like I feel like I'm built to act. I'm built to do skits. I'm built to be a brand representative in any and like I'm just being myself. And I think that's the key. And like that is what runs the world right now, is like people are just becoming famous or successful by just being themselves and being real. And so for me, yeah, like my worlds have slowly started to collide. Like I said, I was just hanging out with fucking Tom Brady the other day at like a card show thing and like shooting the shit with him. Literally, I walked up to him, like met him. My manager was like, yo, this is Jake. He's a big DJ out of Chicago. He's going to be, XYZ, talking me up. Tom was like, oh, I just was in Ibiza for the past 4 weeks. And I was like, it's Ibiza, Tom. And he's like, yeah, whatever, bro. Like, but like, I didn't like, oh, Tom Brady him. I had like a shoot the shit conversation with the guy. And like, I feel like just that to me proves to me that like, I'm built for this. I'm built to be in these rooms with these type of people. Yeah. And like, I was telling my manager too, I was like, just the conversation I have with these athletes, I feel like that's like the bro in me. Like, that's the guy who played football. That's the guy, like being able to, and that's the Chicago in me, being able to go into any room and just vibe and connect and like be able to like match that energy and be able to like not just be like, oh, I'm a DJ. Like, yeah, this is what I do, but by the way, I'm also doing XYZ, and I think it's making me like super palatable, but it's also setting me up to be able to make an appearance in the WWE. Of fucking course I would love to do that, man. Like, hell yeah. And I don't know what it looks like, but it could, you see it all the time, and they're
You're a heel. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, for sure.
Come on.
Or like I'm in the just sitting ringside, and yeah, I do a work. You know what I mean? I'm doing something like, hell fucking yeah, man.
Like, you're Jake Shore, the DJ. You're fucking Calvin Harris is nowhere to be found. You're the guy. You're sitting front row at the show, and they tag you in out of nowhere, and you just fucking hop in the ring and hit him with the Jake Shore stunner.
Yeah, I think about, okay, so
he would lose his mind.
This is just how, and this is not a knock on any of the guys who are doing it way bigger than me right now. But like, you know, to be honest, like you ask the most average person, or ask like, yeah, just any Joe, they may not actually know who John Summit is. They may not actually know what he looks like, or like a lot of people do, of course. But I'm talking about the most average person. You walk into any like grocery store, they might not be able to pick that person out, right?
Yeah, my brother doesn't know.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. Don't come at me in the comments, you know. But I'm just being realistic here. Like, take yourself out, scope back from just the DJ world that we live in.
Yeah, nobody in my family knows who
right.
John
Okay,
Summit
so
is.
that's not a
Absolutely
crazy
not.
statement, because what I'm getting at is like, I'm trying to be.
No.
I would say more so like a Diplo is more of like a household name. Like at least you know that name on an average scale. But why?
Because he's worked with so many different
He's
artists.
been in so many different artist lanes and so many different genres, but he's also done so many different things in different areas. Like he's got a run club.
Right.
Like he's just in different. That's how I see myself.
Well,
I can be
feel
flexible enough to pop in and out of different places and it not feel like I'm selling my soul to a different thing. Like I can do a Target commercial and people not feel like I sold out, because I'm going to make it, because I do shop at Target. And like that's how I built my brand, by showing you the realest shit, you know?
You haven't boycotted Target since their DEI shift?
It's just the closest to his house, so that's why.
Yeah, basically, no, I don't know. Maybe I'm not articulating it as best as I can right now.
No,
but
I feel you. I see what you're saying.
my vision for myself is like, it's just like I said. I feel like just to claim it, like I just want to be the biggest DJ in the world. That seems like I'm cutting myself short, to be honest.
Well, I'm glad that we're doing this rush hour thing together, because I can totally agree with you on this. It's like, you want to be building stuff, right?
Yeah, it's something that like people that like aren't doing. Like everybody, like of course, like yes, I want to play the biggest stages and sell out shows. Of course I do. But I also am not going to wait around for it to happen. I'm going to bring the fucking show to me.
Yeah, what if the rush hour thing gets you to those stages?
And that's what, you know, to like, here's a little bit more of my vision, right? Like this, now I got like my team behind it and they understand, like they're seeing it. Like we've been talking about, you know, when this thing goes, let's have a Rush Hour Radio Miami Music Week.
Right.
And have my own lineup and have all the people like that I know or want to get involved in it in that weekend. Like we drive around Miami and do our own flyer and do our own lineup.
Yeah,
who's doing that?
Caliago might even come out.
Oh,
You're not
Jesus
like
Christ.
that. Have you DJ'd on the Rush Hour Radio
No,
yet?
I'm
wow.
the driver. I'm the driver.
Yeah, but this guy's got a license.
Yeah.
He's got a license to kill.
I don't know. Maybe I'd knock off some of those cobwebs.
Maybe.
I think you should.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I just feel like I was born to do, like, again, DJing is my first love. Music is my first love. I do feel like that's the next step, or like the current vessel on how I'm going to get there. But I don't think that's the top for me. I don't think that's like what I'm going to end up being known for. And you hear that all the time. It's like the thing you're going for doesn't end up being the thing that you end up being known for. You know what I mean? Like, look at The Rock. The Rock thought he was going to be an NFL football player his whole life. Okay. He ends up like getting hurt, I think, not actually doing anything in the NFL, goes to the WWE, becomes The Rock, The Rock at the WWE. Him, Stone Cold, single-handedly makes WWE what it is today. Without them, it may not be here. Debatable, but I'm going to stand on business with that. But then even then, The Rock to the average person isn't really even, he's known as a fucking mega movie star.
Yeah, it's so
So
true.
it's like, that's what I mean about, I'm shooting for something like bigger than DJing, assuming that I'm already going to fall and land on being the biggest DJ.
You got to manifest it and you'll get
You know
there.
what I mean? I don't know. Maybe that's just my crazy fucking brain. But in order to accomplish things that are impossible, you got to think absurdly. You got to do shit that's absurd.
Yeah,
You know.
no,
So
I respect it, and I will. I can attest to some of the knowledge that you bestowed upon us the last time you were on this podcast. You were talking about this book that you read, and this 20%
yeah.
rule that you were implementing.
10x is easier than 2x.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you sent me the book. I didn't read it because I don't read well.
That's
but
okay.
I got a good synopsis of what is happening through your explanation of
notes.
it. And I feel like that was, you know, I'm not gonna say I left that day and just that's what I did,
Right.
but it was in my mind. It was floating
That's all that
around.
matters.
As
Yeah.
I'm making decisions, I'm thinking about this, and it has absolutely played out extremely well for me.
Good.
Like since we last talked, I've left a lot of gigs, and I've taken just really leaned into the one.
I
The
see
residency.
I see
the
it.
residency,
Yeah.
the lane, just like.
How
I'm
happy
even-
are you?
Yeah, I
I'm,
was just
I'm
gonna say,
so happy.
I can
It's
tell.
insane.
So happy.
You,
He's doing
you
it.
seem happy. You seem super confident
Yeah,
in what
yeah,
you're
yeah.
putting out. You seem, and you know what? That, I mean, just you're hearing it right now. I see it. I feel that. I've noticed that you've doubled down and you tripled down, and you're gonna also. There's gonna be some people that turn away. I'm like, nah, that's not really for me. But because you're not making it hard for people to understand what you're doing anymore or what you're trying to put out there, you attract that. Right? It's like you're not trying to be 50 different things anymore. Like you're keeping it simple. You're focusing in on your 20%. You got the disco house, like that you're really vibing with. You got that spot, which is perfect. It's literally the backdrop for that. And then you have this, and you're keeping it like simple. You know what I mean? It's also makes it easier for you, right? Instead of being spread fucking 50 different ways.
Absolutely.
Plus, also, dude, look at the like where we're at now
Yeah,
compared to where we were.
It's sick. It's so sick
You
down
get
here, dude.
more by
It's
doing
awesome.
less.
It's crazy.
You know,
it
it's
really
hard
is
though
crazy.
too. It's hard to wrap your head around that because we are so built to do more if you want to get more.
Right.
It's not necessarily true. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. No, yeah, it's great. And I definitely want to talk music. I want to talk DJing. The last time you were in here, you were talking more about playing that speed house,
Hard
hard
house.
house.
Yeah.
I don't, everyone calls it something different.
we call it
It's-
hard house in
it's-
Chicago.
It's hard house.
If you do, I'm gonna let you ask the question because I feel like there needs to be a little bit of an educational.
Yeah,
like,
I need an education. I need a house music education,
Yeah.
just in general. I need like Gene
So,
Ferris in here or something. but
I'm going to give you my synopsis of it because I do feel like I have actually went down the rabbit hole, created this earworm now, which I'm like fucking addicted to this shit. But historically, what had happened is that in Chicago, you know, late 80s, early 90s, you had the emergence of the Chicago deep house, romantic house, like that jack and shit that everybody is like kind of known Chicago house to be, right? From that point, from what I have gathered, the UK, like around like early 90s, the UK, Europe, basically what they had taken is those house loops that were created here in Chicago. Detroit also took them and went their route with it with like the techno. And the UK sped them up. That's where you get your UK garage music.
it's garage. We settled
Right.
that. We
Yeah,
settled
yeah.
that on this pod.
Okay, UK
It's
garage, and that's where you get your UK hard house, which is like the tidy boys, the club heads, Lisa Pinup. Like I'm throwing these names out, so if anybody in the comment comes for me, they know that I've done my goddamn work. Okay, and
Yeah.
then
they get mad at white boys for playing house music. sometimes.
I don't know why, but I'm doing my homework. Okay, so at that point, you got the UK hard house, the donk shit. It's like the eighth note upbeat bass that's just like it's hard in your face, whatever. And then around the late 90s, early 2000s, we took it back. Chicago and LA, I'm not gonna leave out LA, they took it back, and that's where you get Chicago hard house and LA hard house.
So who's like early Chicago hard house?
Bad Boy Bill, Bobby D. I'm gonna be missing a lot of people here, but trying to think. Naughty Boys, who I've been listening to a lot of. Richard Vision, shout out Richard Vision. I'm trying to think if I can think of anybody else. DJ Irene. Who else? DJ Isaac. Like, I'm sure I'm missing a ton of people. So again, don't come at me in the comments.
And
get
these guys
roasted.
were putting out like 140 plus stuff.
Yeah. Oh, Jumpin' Julian Perez. It's like 130 to 140, right? But it's the reason why they call it hard house is what I've been diving into is like there's not really a bass line like there is in a lot of like the tech house that we have now and like the old deep house. It's literally a fat ass hard kick that sounds like somebody is banging the box, which is why they call it banging the box. Bad Boy Bill had a fucking whole like record on that, Bang in the Box. That's what it's called. And I'm not gonna lie, at first it's like you got that hard kick, you still got the hi-hats and the claps, but the claps are also on the ones and the twos. It's a one, doom, 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 and then that hard kick, and you usually have some type of like nasty ass fucking lyric, which is so Chicago, very repetitive. And what you also have is a really squeaky lead. Something just like and just really repetitive. And I'm not gonna lie, when you first start listening to it, you're like, man, this is kind of hard to fucking like listen to,
like over and over
but
again.
man, I have this fucking earworm and I can't fucking get rid of it now. But I think the thing I'm trying to do with it now is blend that UK hard house with the Chicago hard house and modernizing it with like what's currently happening. So currently right now, in the past 2 years, there has been this emergence and like mixture in Australia and the UK of what they're calling hard house now, which is basically a mixture of like trance, the UK like hard house from back in the 90s, and like just new modernized version of that. So it's a little bit, it's just nuanced with all the technology that we have now, right? And so you got guys like Kyle Starkey, Marlon Hofstadt, No Chasa. I could just go down the list here, like so many different people that I'm listening to right now. People that maybe a lot of Americans don't even know of, but they're popping overseas, and I'm big fucking fans of them. And I was starting to make that, and I still kind of am. I'm doing a blend of it. I'm playing a lot of that. But ever since I like really went down this whole rabbit hole of the Chicago hard house shit, what I realized is like, bro, this was the shit I was listening to as like a 13-year-old to 16-year-old kid. If you ever like if you were in the era like between 2000 and 2008, you know that on B96, the street mixes from Thursday night to Sunday night between 9 p.m. to 3 a.m., you had guys like Flipside, DJ Bad Boy Bill, DJ Bobby D, DJ Caffeine. You had all these dudes that were putting out this fucking DJ Spin, like this crazy music that wasn't like your typical top 40 on B96. And I remember like when I was growing up, I was like, man, what the fuck is this? Like this shit is crazy, bro. Like this is what and I'm realizing now that's what got me in to the fucking Chicago like house music, but it's hard house. And that's why I feel like it's my fucking calling to bring this shit back and like give it an ode, but also like modernize it. And now you just have so much music that we can remix it with, and the juke's coming back, man. Well, yeah, it's crazy.
And you're really good. I feel like you're also really good with pulling some old time banging lyrics that you can add onto this new age style type hard house music.
Yeah,
that I personally like. I mean,
so it brings it into the fold, but like it's. I'm niching down. I'm going even further into that 20% like we just talked about. And to be fair, like I feel like I've definitely put myself on an island a little bit here in America, which is
good.
It's good. It's scary, and it's not like the beaten path that everybody's taking right now. But I'm starting to realize that like, and I'm getting it at the shows. I'm having more people line up at the end of the shows, or more people know what they're coming to see now, because it's not the same shit that the two openers played. It's not the same shit that their favorite DJs are showing you clips of. It's a specific style. It's fast paced. It's hard. It's still 90s. It's still energy. It's still me. But it's like, it's almost it's a breath of fresh air, because people are there to fucking sweat, dance, and bang the box. And it just fits my style so perfectly, because I'm fucking Energizer Bunny up there going crazy. So
no energy. Guy has no energy.
Yeah, man. Like I said, I feel like I'm on an island a bit, but I feel like it's just a matter of time where culturally it's going to come over here full fucking force. And I've already been doing it now for so long. When those two cross paths, boom.
Yeah. I mean, it is absolutely everything's speeding up. All the new records that are coming out are, they're getting into the 132s, the 134s, 35. It's going up. It's not my favorite thing. I slow those down. If there's a good track at 135 that I like, I'll probably play it at 130, 128. But that's just me. And I wanted to ask you, because you were talking about last time mixing in the hard house with your regular house set.
Yeah.
And that giving you more of a dynamic range in your set than other DJs, separating you from the guys that are just playing house music at the same tempo. Now, are you just strictly hard house? You're not even playing any of the slow shit. You're just.
I don't think so.
Nope.
So what's the?
This is what I found.
What's the zhuzh then? If your zhuzh before was going with the hard house, like now, what's the thing?
It's
Zhuzh. I'm dead.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest. It's been a fucking year of trying to figure this out. And it's not easy for anybody. And I'm so glad I'm doing it now because, again, culturally, when this shit comes over, everybody's going to be scrambling to try and make this shit and play it. And it's like...
And your USB is already full.
Jacked, erect with this shit. It's been a lot of trying to figure that out. And thank God I grew up in Chicago as an open format DJ and I know how to read a fucking room. Because what I've learned is, yes, there was a time where I'm like kind of easing them into it and like kind of starting with the houseier shit, 128, 130, and then going up. But what I found is I'm confusing people. And I need to just fucking give it to them. And there's still a way to do it. And how I do it is I start with...
Quick.
Well, before you go, what do you mean? Go elaborate on confusing people.
Because culturally, a lot of cities are just now like... House music, tech house is like finally now the top 40 for people in clubs. Like it is like what everybody is now accustomed to. Everybody listens to house music now. Like it's very, very true. Like... gentrified as like a word I guess for it. It's like it's the top 40, it's the norm, it's the average Joe. Like 2 years ago, no average white girl knew what the fuck house music was. Now every average white girl knows what house music is, right? Like they're house music fans. And that's cool, but for me, like what I've realized is the way I've been able to just come out the fucking gates and hit them with it is making sure that I'm laying over those absolute anthems over like I make a lot of my own edits and remixes now. So like my the T-Pain track, All I Do Is Win, like that goes off in any set, right? But I mixed it with a hard house track, and like that's what you got to remember. Most people, all they give a fuck about is the vocals, especially the average person. If they just hear the vocal, they don't pay attention like we do to like what the beat is behind it necessarily. And as long as it's energy and it's good, they don't. You know what I get all the time is like, oh, it doesn't even feel that fast. And like, that's how I've been able to do. I come out the gate and just give people like shit that they know, but I blend it into that like hard house style. And again, it's energy. It's not like fucking dark techno, like rumble, like scary demon shit. Okay. It's still high energy, like fun. It's like, I call it like Dance Dance Revolution meets 90s jock jams mixed with your favorite fucking song. And it's worked. And I've dialed my set now to kind of front load that right out the gates. You times that by my energy, my ability to get on the mic and curate and make you trust me, that it's worked in pretty much every room I've gone into in the past like month and a half now. But it's also been a concerted effort on my social media to just double down and triple down on that. And like that was some conversations I had, hard conversations I had to have with my team. And even like getting them to trust that this is the right way I want to go. Like I started saying hard house and my team was like, what the fuck is hard house? Like guys from Boston, they're just like scared of hard house, right? And like Boston, no shade to them, but they're like the last city that's going to like, they're just like getting used to tech house now. So going into Boston, it's always a little bit of like, I'm gonna scare these fucking people. Like, but again, if you do it in the right way by just playing them those anthems first, they love it. And then I cook, and it's
once they're like under your spell, you're good. Yeah. I mean, you can feel that with any DJ set.
Yeah.
The nerves are hitting when the room's not under your spell, but once they're under your spell, you're like, I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Totally. And it's a mixture. Like I said, it's me being very, very strict and deliberate about my messaging. And you know, if you noticed, everything I'm posting is that music, and it's said in it somewhere in the text. It's like about going hard, about like I've even gone the heel route where it's like American DJs aren't supposed to play this music, and then it's like, but here's me, right? Or like
the captions you've been putting on some of these hooks,
you know what I mean, just
so
to kind of
funny.
ruffle some feathers, because there's a lot of bros out there. There's like they don't want to admit it, but like it's coming, man. And so that's made it easier too, because it is slowly trickling and coming, and people are starting to notice it, and it's, you can't deny that it's like it's on its way. So it's been easier in every room. Like I said, I've had people come up to me and be like, bro, it's such a nice like break from the other shit, and you're doing it so tastefully. Again, this is where coming, like all those years of understanding how to play an open format set, that's how you trick people or convert them into liking a new style of music. You just play a song with a vocal that they know, and the rest is history, you know? So
yeah. There's a huge opportunity here for a Blue Chew partnership. Hard House, Jake Shore,
hard
Blue
as
Chew,
fuck.
Stay hard,
Fully erect.
Get hard, we go hard.
Go so
I
hard.
am
Blue
hard.
Chew.
I mean, like,
hit me
this
up.
is
I'm getting there too. So send them on over. We took Valentino Khan through Viagra Triangle.
How was that?
Yeah, he was
amazing.
He was dropping. What was a major chunk he had? It was
Deep Down Low.
Deep Down Low, and it was going right through fucking Viagra Triangle. And he was
Couple
just
Cialis slushies
he
on
was
the
screaming
way.
at people on the side. He was like, "Clip, that's a clip." I'm
Yeah.
like, he was just so funny.
Sorry, not to get off track, but yeah, no, that's a good point. Blue Chew, hit us up.
You need that. That's what
I don't know if I need it yet,
Well,
but I need the sponsorship.
The
would be sick.
partnership. Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, could you imagine the skits?
This is what I'm
that would be
saying.
Game over.
Kimmy,
You've exploited her enough. Lead her out of the Blue Chew.
you know what? She kills the content, man.
She does. It's the same thing, but also like to your point, what you said earlier. It's like it's good to have you back, and like we have like our friends here that are just down to do shit all the time.
Yeah, dude. Like even like Sperling and Maz and them. We did the drowning
Yeah, that
skit.
was funny as shit.
And like we did that in 2 fucking takes. Usually I'll say 1 take because I'm 1 take Jake, but we did that in 2 takes, which is kind of crazy because
Getting
like
4 people
that
on the
was
same-
a whole production.
Yeah.
And I sat there afterwards. We all went out to breakfast. It was a Wednesday morning. I got all those fucking goofballs to come to my place at 8 in the morning on a random Wednesday to film that. Crushed it. And I'm like, dude, why are we not just like doing this once a month and making skits?
Well,
Or,
I think with the rush hour thing too, I think we want to start, since like I don't talk too much on the mic.
Thank God.
But I think I would like to start doing more skits. Like,
Skits are so fun, bro.
yeah, like shut up. We're going to do it. So,
Yeah.
but
No.
yeah, I think it would be a good time to do it together.
But yeah, man, back to the music. Like I feel like I'm starting to feel seen a little bit more with it, and like that's not like I don't need that, but it's nice. It's nice to feel like, because yeah, it's scary. I mean, I totally have went the other way and just said, fuck it, this is what I'm doing. Either you like it or you don't. But I think what I just talked about, the history of it, the full circle connection to like, oh fuck, this is what I've been listening to in my childhood, / like fast forward to like just the other week I was in the studio with Bad Boy Bill and like explaining all this to him, and like to see his face go from like, this kid's like, he knew me and obviously in the studio with me for a reason, but he's like, oh, okay, you actually have gone down like you get it. Like I understand what you're doing now. And like you got to think, to him, it's like he just like opened up. He's like, yo, I have this whole record label with all of this shit. This is what we used to do.
Like to sample and all
Yeah,
that.
man. And like to get that tip of the cap from a guy like that is like, man. And we got a record. Like it's gonna come out. Like it's like, and I can't wait. And like, it's so tied into the story too, bro. Like it's Chicago. And then like even just recently, I went down like a crazy. There's this shout out. I think her name's Lil Moo, maybe. Yes, Lil Moo, I think it is. She's got this track called On Top of Cars. And give it a week and you guys are both going to know it, because I'm really good at like seeing shit pop off way before it pops off. It's a juke track about ghetto chicks dancing on top of cars. And like that's a very Chicago thing to do.
They do be doing that.
They do be doing that. And you know what's funny? I liked one video and then I went down this rabbit hole of like,
Yeah,
bro, there's a lot of juke music coming back out of Chicago right now, and they're like, Chicago in general, like is showing up like all over everybody's FYP. I saw some guy, he posted, he's like, who won or who's all over your FYP this summer, and it's like a remix of 773-202 5000. Who got it covered? Chicago, and then it like breaks down into some juke shit, and I'm like, bro, this is what I'm talking about. This is like, there's another one too where it's like, why does everybody from Chicago think that their shit is better than everybody else everywhere? And I like, that hit me so hard because I act like that. But it's true.
A little biased.
It is true. We do shit different here. It's the facts. And we have been needing a resurgence, and like it's fucking coming. And I'm so excited because what I'm going to start doing is taking all these juke records that everybody's making and I'm going to flip them into Hard House, and it's just going to be like everybody supporting everybody. And the cool thing is, I think it was gate kept a lot back in the day. I think Chicago they wanted to keep this to Chicago, which I respect, but it's inevitable now with TikTok. It's inevitable with TikTok. It's inevitable with like the generation that wants to show and be proud of our culture here. It comes from the streets. It comes from the south side. It comes from the west side. It comes from the north side. It's just everybody is, I think, is just excited to show it now. And then you get, you know, the white girl influencer who's now dancing. I just saw it yesterday after I saw that song. I just saw like the top 3 white girl like influencer TikTok dancers doing the dance, dancing to Chicago juke music. And it's like, that's how you know it's coming. Like, I love that shit. Like, let's go. I want it to fucking spread like wildfire. Yeah. And I'm here for it. You know what I mean?
The Chicago stuff, I find myself loving on TikTok. And now, you know, the algorithm feeds what you like. Yes. Now my whole TikTok is just Chicago shit. And I love that. Yeah. And it's made me kind of switch my mindset of making clips and stuff and like leaning into Chicago.
You saw what the one did last time we were here.
The Sunday Fun Day, bro. I would have never. I'm like, it's such a.
I still get comments on that shit, bro.
Such a small niche Chicago Sunday Fun Day. Like, you're releasing this to the world. Yeah. What are you doing? Just looking in this little corner.
Yeah, man.
And yeah, like that was a game changer for me too. I would have never expected that to do numbers.
I mean, but
a lot of people can relate to that whole conversation.
Yeah,
too,
I mean, that's the beautiful part about doing shit with people that are doing shit. Like, you learn from each other. Like, we just talked about here. I was like, hey, I think me and Walsh need to do some type of podcast like this. And you were like, yo, you want to do it here? Yeah. Like, it is that exchange of services and the building aspect that needs to be spoken about and like cheered on and put on the front of this whole Chicago thing from anybody and everybody. Yeah. Doesn't matter if you're making juke music, if you're dancing to juke music, if you're a footworker, if you're a comedian. Shout out to Brad Kaufman, comedian out of Chicago, who I just was on his podcast. You should check him out. You should have him on.
It's the Scorpion Nest, right? Is that
no. He does the Chop Shop.
Chop Shop.
Yeah,
okay,
there's
two.
Out of like same place where Lyrical Lemonade like has their office, like that spot over there. But I talked about this on his podcast as well. We have something right now that I think it's all it takes is just supporting each other when we see it, eliminating any of the bullshit narratives because now that I've traveled and been around, there's unfortunately the narrative about Chicago is that it's violent, and like violence is a part of it, but it's not what this place is all about.
It's not. And a lot of people overseas too, when I was over in Europe, they're like, oh yeah, we only go just to New York, or we only just go to Miami. We might make it to LA. I was like, you need to come to Chicago either in the summer or in the fall. It is hands down the best city in the United States at that time. Definitely not the
best
winner
city in the world.
I think it's like I said, I think it's on I mean, I was gone for 2 years, and just being back, the amount of influx of businesses, new buildings, new people, I think it took a little while. Sometimes it does for Chicago to catch on, but when we do catch on, we then flip it on its head and do it our own way. I feel like, I don't know about you guys, but this summer, the outside parties and the rooftop. Remember, we couldn't play no fucking music on a rooftop. They would shut us down if it was too loud.
That or even the coffee shop pop-ups that are just doing it right out front of the street.
Yeah, and that's cool, but like everybody but I'm talking about like the open air shit that Chicago is doing now, and that I don't know, the city is just like cool with, is crazy. Like, shout out to Kyle, who's what's his thing?
Casaccio,
yeah, he's got like
Sunday
Club
Morning
Capri,
Club, Club Capri,
Sunday Morning Club.
This guy can't stop.
He
bro.
can't
Every
stop.
Day
Shout out to Jay Will. He's doing his thing with the Cafeton, and that guy. He just like, those are the type of guys that are doing this because they love this city. And I had the same call with Kyle. It was like, he's like, I'm so sick of the narrative here. I'm trying to change that. And it's going to piss some people off. It's going to rub some people the wrong way. Just like, you know, he's got that style about him. When you see his shit, it's like, you're like, this fucking guy.
You hate him because he's so confident, but he's the fucking man,
That's
bro.
what the fuck I do. You know what I mean? And like we respect each other for that. Same with Jay, like Jay Will. Like he's doing the same thing, bro. He just is like, they're bringing people together, and they're showing that this place is fucking awesome.
Well, I mean, for example, Castaways. Like, for the longest time, that place was an absolute dump. And, like, they've repackaged it and rebranded it. And, like, every single time they have an event there, it's so nicely done. And it doesn't feel like a piece of shit there, you know?
What's also cool is that the big dogs, like you have Oris and you have Collective, right? Is that, I keep forgetting that. What's the ones that run like Soundbar and North Coast?
It's Oris and
Collective, right?
I don't know.
Fuck, I'm sorry if I'm fucking that up, guys.
I don't know.
Anywho, those are like the big promoters here, right? Like they're now fucking with the House Calls and the Red Lines. Shout out to House Calls. Shout out to Red Lines.
Yeah.
Because they also started by just some grassroots movement type shit. And now they are some of the biggest, most undeniable forces in this city. And they also now have a responsibility to continue to push that fucking envelope. And they're doing it phenomenally, in my opinion. And it's like, again, it's like one big fucking, let's just continue to support each other and push that fucking envelope, because I'm going to keep saying it. It's all here, bro. It's all right here.
Yeah. And this is a perfect segue into my next question. We're supporting each other.
Yep.
Chicago guys, just a couple of guys with fiancés, couple of fellas with fiancés, and
Not
then
me,
Walsh.
brother. I am on the market, my friend.
Oh, you're on the market. Last time I saw you, you're like,
You know
hey,
what? The wind blows a certain way. You never know, brother.
Why do you think he went to Europe for like a week and a half?
Let's go. He's back.
I'm
the
back.
baby Blues are back on the street,
back, brother.
ready to fucking see some meat.
Oh,
Fucking he makes me nervous.
Nothing. Hopefully it's not dangling anywhere.
No dangling.
No dangling meat,
just juicy.
Yeah,
He's going through a lot right now.
Yeah.
No,
all right.
not,
But let me.
close. A lot of drinks, maybe.
Yeah.
But
where you been, bro? You
Dude,
don't
where
even
the
come.
fuck
You
have
don't
you
even
been,
come
dude?
hang out late night, bro.
Yeah, because
your spot closes at 2. We're
Yeah.
just getting
Oh,
started.
I know where he's been. He's been hanging out with the Bachelor boys.
So here's the thing.
He's a bachelor. Wait. Give it a year. Between what's going on with Rush Hour and the dudes he's hanging out with, shout out Clay Harbor, shout out Andrew. What's his name?
Andrew Spencer.
Andrew Spencer.
Greg.
Shout out to the boys. Andrew, we got to link up, brother. Yo,
Yeah.
this guy's gonna be on The Bachelor.
No, hell
he's
no.
gonna be
It's
in The
not happening.
Bachelor. Give it less than a year. That or Love Island or like I don't know,
Rehab.
Perfect Match or like ChristianMingle.com. One of the three.
I don't need that shit. I don't want to do that shit. I'd rather be doing shit like
Everybody,
this.
let's vote right now. Should Walsh be on either The Bachelor and or any type of dating show in the next year? If you want to see him on the show, vote right now above us because it's going to be crazy and the dude is going to be the guy on the show that causes all sorts of fucking problems and ends up on Alex Earl talking about what the fuck he did.
Oh, well, that would be lovely. But
I will say.
and he's dead.
Respect the DJ, dude.
But here's the thing. So like when I'm working, right? I mean, obviously it gets kind of crazy, especially during the summer hours.
Hectic.
Like the last thing I want to do is go out even later after work. So, but there are always those off chances that I'm like, you know what? We had a great night.
Come on, man.
Let's send it.
You're talking to me like I didn't used to see you at Liquor Box
Yeah.
when I worked at Liquor
Yeah.
Box.
Facts.
The guy used to have season tickets to Liquor Box.
That was the one that was keeping the lights on even when they were off.
Wait,
Oh
okay.
my God.
First of all, there's one thing in this entire universe that could get me to watch an episode of Love Island, and that would be if you were on.
Yes.
It.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Dude,
Fuck.
can you just imagine Walsh? Yo, can you imagine Walsh? Can I pull you for a chat and then not knowing how to fucking chat at all?
I would shut the fuck up. So here's the thing. I think it would be so funny too, like, cause trying to figure out like what character I would want to be, and it's like, do I just be like the nice normal guy, or do I just fucking really put on the villain hat and just fuck everyone over?
You're not a villain.
You're not a
I
villain.
could see you like maybe wanting to be that guy,
Yeah.
but you're, in your heart,
I know,
you're just a
fuck.
sweet boy.
Damn it.
Yo, I know you're, but from the words of Sabrina Carpenter herself, shout out to Sabrina Carpenter. I saw her last night at Lollapalooza. We have a man child here.
Yeah. Okay. What about it?
That's what you are. You're a man child.
So what?
There's nothing wrong with it.
I
There's
know.
nothing wrong
But
with
that's
it.
the
nothing.
character you play.
We'll see.
Someone's
Like I
got to
said,
do it.
Somebody's got to
I
do
did
it.
it for
do
a
it.
long time.
Yeah.
But here's the thing.
Here's the thing.
I don't know. I feel like it would be kind of fun to play that villain just to see. But I think you could.
You
see
shouldn't
right
go in
through
trying
it.
to play anything. Just
Your
be
eyes
yourself.
are too
Yeah.
sweet. You're too.
I wouldn't have to look at.
See,
or
he's already
talk
going
much.
in for the wrong reasons. It's Love Island. You're there to find love.
You gotta find love.
Oh my god. I don't know if I could.
All right.
I can't wait to see that poll, honestly.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Back to my original statement.
Yeah.
The perfect segue. Chicago supports Chicago. I know that that's not the narrative, but that's what we're running. That's what we're on. That's what we're perpetuating. That's what we're doing.
Just got to push it.
And I want to know, in your eyes, in your mind, you as well, who's next up? Who's next up out of Chicago in terms of, the world we're in, DJ, producing,
Oh, DJ
music?
Me.
you're up. You're
Yeah,
already
you've been up. You've been up.
Who's next up?
That's
And you don't have to put too much thought into it. Like, this is not, your answer does not hold the weight of the world. But just off the top of mind, someone who you see doing it, consistent, putting stuff out, making good music, working, like, everything.
I'm trying to think of. I mean, I don't really.
Like
I don't really think of any DJs, bro. To be honest with you, I think of I'm trying to think of like rappers. I feel like there's like.
I don't know anything about Chicago rap right now.
If you watch like the last like 4 or 5 Lyrical Lemonade freestyles that they have on there's some pretty talented cats.
Are people
on there.
spitting right now? I thought it was
Dude, have you not seen
fentanyl
those?
and like drool on the microphone.
No.
Are we over that?
No,
Is that done?
I think they're the DCG boys.
That's funny.
I would love if motherfuckers were out here spitting. I mean,
Yeah.
Polo G he's a spitter. That motherfucker's got bars, and I haven't heard anything from him in a minute.
So behind on Chicago rap.
It's not going to do much for the pod, but
Yeah.
send me that. Will you forward me that?
I'm telling you though, like there's just so much Chicago. Like I think there's so much Chicago talent that's so untapped right now. There's these other guys, the DCG boys, I believe I don't hope they're not fucking up their name, but I saw them on this thing and I was like, yo, these guys are hard, bro.
I don't know. It's such a hard question, right? Because like sometimes I get so locked into my own stuff, and like the next project, maybe I need to open my eyes a little bit more and be more observant.
Oh, here we go.
I can absolutely relate to having the
Dude.
blinders on.
Yeah.
The way that they're floating over the beats.
But he's not even rhyming.
He doesn't
He
need
hasn't
to.
rhymed once.
I don't know.
See, that ain't it for me.
See,
And no
for-
disrespect to him, but
for-
like
so-
I got God's son tattooed across my stomach. Like
For
I'm,
me-
I'm listening to Illmatic. I'm listening to lyrics.
Okay, for me, so it's the DCG boys, DCG Shun, Free Shun, DCG B Sav. I don't know. For me, this is how I look at it. I listen to that, not my favorite style of music per se. I think about how's it going to sound on one of my tracks. That's
So you're coming at it with a hard house hat.
Right.
yeah.
You're not even-
That's why he likes.
He
That's
didn't
why he
even
likes
hear
to
a
rap.
rhyme.
But back to what you were saying. Honestly, I don't see anybody that
You gotta come on, give me
So
give me
here's
something.
Who do you want me to say?
This is where I think it's coming. So there's a couple young bucks right now, like Vince. Shout out Vince. He like rolls around with like Nico and Chris R. They're just
Vince?
I forget his last name, but
He's a DJ?
I don't know. No
Yeah.
Vince.
He
If I don't know him, there's no way he's up next.
I'm just telling you right now.
You like the next person to DJ at Joy District? I'm talking about
Let's
like the
see.
next person to fucking
This is the
blast
thing.
off.
This is the thing I don't see is like there's either like
just need to start making music.
There's like
That's the problem.
there's the DJ and then but like that guy doesn't make any music, or there's the guy who makes music but he don't make any content.
Well-
and I'm looking for somebody who can do everything, because you can't do anything these days if you can't do everything.
Yeah, they go by Cardiac.
Cardiac, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
I
a
know, they're-
duo?
It's a duo. They're really dope dudes. They're really nice. They're really good at DJing. Really good at fucking.
I'm sure I'm
reading
missing
the room.
I'm sure I'm missing somebody.
reading the room, and then
There's not
No.
a producer in this city.
that's what I'm saying.
that you are like, he's on the cusp, he's bubbling, his I heard his shit a year ago, I hear it now, and it's become so much better, like, or his social media presence or hers has absolutely multiplied by nothing. You got nothing for
I got
me.
nothing, man, which
I
is
mean,
sad.
I mean, yeah. I mean, especially with all the people that come into Bodega and play every weekend, it's like those guys are so.
You're thinking DJ. He's
Right.
talking about like artists.
I wouldn't
just
expect
saying, they don't make music.
I have a comment on that. I'm gonna put it, I'm gonna lock and load it, but
yeah.
yeah, I don't think that this person's whose name I'm looking for is going to come from Bodega. It could,
Right.
absolutely.
Right.
But like, I'm imagining someone who's more on some John Summit shit. Like, you didn't know who the fuck John Summit was in the city of Chicago in terms of nightlife DJing ever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he played.
I think he was on one Porn and Chicken flyer that I saw someone repost recently.
He played at the Mid once.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he's the biggest producer
Yeah.
DJ in the world.
That's what I'm saying. So you
someone's
don't
like,
know. You never know.
Yeah, someone
That's a good
knew,
point.
though.
Yeah.
Like in the production world, I got to imagine someone was like, "Oh shit, John Summit."
I mean, this is a great reason for me to be like, yo, if you're a fucking Chicago producer, hit me up. Let's work and figure
some, like-
out who the fuck is the
Yeah,
next.
get
Who's
some
next
mentoring
up?
shit going.
Like, cause I mean, this is what we're talking about. Like, we got to build this shit up, and the fact that
Right.
we can't come up with a fucking name is not good.
I'll tell you this: Propa is up.
Yeah,
I would have said Propa a couple years ago.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe even a year ago.
Yeah, like
maybe
he's
probably
up.
not
Jonah's,
even, but
Jonah's fire. Yeah.
like Propa absolutely is crushing right
Yeah,
now
facts.
and has taken off, and his sound is distinct.
Yeah,
You hear
yeah,
a
yeah.
Propa record.
Yeah, he had some
you
big
know
moments
who's-
this year, man, and he
Yeah.
deserves it. Like, he's been working at that for so long, man. I'm happy for him for sure. Like, he definitely deserves it. I think it's all about now, like, where does he go with it, and how does he continue to navigate? Because it's not easy, you know what I mean, to like keep that going now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. So, but he'll figure it out. I mean, like I said, he's been doing this for a long
Yeah, he's
time.
up. So like he's not.
He's
like,
a
up and
great
coming,
fucking
up, you know?
producer. I think what I've learned too is like I said, it's so much more than being a great producer now, though. You know what I mean? Like, there's like
So many
I've
different
learned so
hats.
much. I've had to learn so much in general, just like because I was always like a good DJ and a great content creator. I've worked my ass off to become a great producer, but like, again, you got to be able to do everything. And like, I haven't had somebody that makes me go,
Wow.
holy fuck.
Yeah.
That's just what I'm like. That's the meter that I'm looking at right now. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like, holy shit.
I'm thinking. So I mean, I what about like Basura Boys? Nick Nice is fucking. I feel like he's bubbling right now. He's got things going on. Things
Yeah,
are
Nick's the
popping.
man. I mean, they got they have their sound too, or Nick has this. I don't know if it's a duo anymore or whatever, but like
I don't know what's going on. with that
Yeah.
either.
Are they a duo?
I have no idea.
the tricky piece to it is like I said, it's like if I'm looking like from a talent perspective, or like a talent buyer perspective, or like an agent or somebody who's like looking to fish out like who's going to be that next person. I'm looking at not only how good is their music, how are they packaging it, and how are they putting it out to the world,
Yeah,
and
how are they moving?
and how are they moving, and what are they looking like, and just their overall aura. Because these days your aura has to almost speak for itself, and everything else, your talent and everything, is important. You have to have the talent, but like, it's not one or the other anymore. Those days of just being the fucking best producer in the world, that ain't a thing no more. You know what I mean? But you
so
can't
ma-
also just be a good content creator either.
There's so many
It can
channels
get you
you got-
really far.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's got me very fucking far, but I think you have to, it's like total package is what I'm thinking of when you ask like who's next up.
Yeah,
and I think
that was such a hard question, to
I
be
thi-
honest.
well,
I
'cause
really
I'm
didn't
not
think.
I'm not trying to stomp on anybody, though,
In my
either.
mind, I imagine you being like, "Oh,
yeah.
this guy."
Yeah. Like when you were coming up with the question?
Yeah, I
know,
mean, I
it's
really
so
want to
hard.
know
It's-
Me
from
too.
your perspective.
Yeah.
Me too. I mean, potential wise, yeah. I mean, Propa's doing great shit right now. Like, Jonah's like, I've seen him work. I mean, most people don't realize that me and him have known each other for so fucking long. And I've had deep conversations with him. And he, just like me, we've both had our times where like, fuck, is this ever gonna like happen? Is this ever gonna like work? And then it does work. And now you have a whole new plate to fucking navigate of not only like, how do I keep it working?
How you stay up.
But also, how do I handle the attention? You know what I mean? And like, it's TBD because he's in it now. He's in the thick of it. I'm sure he's gonna be fine with it because he's got people around him like us and etc. like to hold him accountable. And like, he's got his sister is fucking amazing. Shout out Olivia. She like is so like, just, you can tell she just has the fucking brain
she's
for
locked
this.
in. She's locked
But
in.
Jonah too. Like, luckily he has struggled for so long that he like, and he talks about it, and his content has gotten so much better. So like, I guess if there is one person, yeah, he's the guy that I would like. I'm happy for and happy about.
I would just say, yeah, he's up though.
But I'm also like,
Yeah.
when you ask that, my thought was like, he's not a kid to me. I'm thinking of like a kid. Like, I'm thinking of like
Right.
somebody who's like fucking fresh and
Doesn't
like,
have to necessarily be a kid, but someone who's bubbling, someone
Yeah.
who's been, grinding, and you can see that at some point,
Yeah.
there will be.
I personally, I'm going to use this as like a shot. I want to find, there's got to be other people out there, and there's got to be young. That's the thing about this new like wave of hard house too, and like the young kids really love that shit because everything's been fast paced for them. So like those sounds on TikTok, like the fast paced, they're accustomed to that. So I'm looking for that next generation of young ass kids who really, really fuck with that type of style of music. Let's get in the fucking studio. Yeah. Let's make it. It's 140. It's hard house, Chicago hard house. If you want to fucking make that shit, come to the studio. Let's make it. Because I was a school teacher, man. So I understand the whole like process of mentorship and like building something from the ground up, I'll do that shit for free if you're into it.
Are you guys gonna make a Jet 2 holiday remix or no?
No.
Dude, I hate that.
There is there's a trend right now where it's like Jet 2 holiday, but you're in Chicago, and it is just like the funniest like spin on that. I've saw like 3 or 4 of them, and they're so fucking funny.
I love it
man.
on TikTok too. It's like they start playing and it cuts off to the guys. It's just like, can you please just stop fucking playing this goddamn sound?
It's so funny.
It is
so
funny.
I'm gonna pee one more time real quick, but I do want to come back and unload the like DJ artist convo a little bit. And
sure.
we don't have much time left, but we got some.
Cool.
Long Drink is a legendary Finnish favorite that's been around since the 1952 Summer Games. It's a deliciously refreshing blend of premium liquor, natural grapefruit flavor, and just the right amount of carbonation. Honestly, this is the stuff right here. White is sugar-free, blue is citrus, orange is peach, red is cranberry, black is extra strength, and they're all fire. New flavors dropping soon, so watch out for those. And they're just the best sponsor for this podcast. So the next time you're tuning in, make sure you crack open a Long Drink. Enjoy one while you're watching the show, because good vibes deserve great drinks. Let's go, champ. We're back to the episode. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time. You said, like, you know, there's a separation between DJ, artist, producer, which is always a thing. And I really want to have this conversation with like Lee Foss, like someone who was a nightclub DJ and has now become a producer. Like you did it, but
Good
I
luck
also
having that conversation with Lee Foss.
He said he'd come on the pod.
It'll be an interesting one.
Have you spoken with him?
Yeah,
I don't know
love
him at
Lee.
all.
He's
Okay.
just like he's just the funniest guy in the world, low-key to
good,
talk to.
Good.
He's the man though. He's a legend. Shout out Lee Foss, you sexy motherfucker.
Yeah. I have always had the two separated in my mind. Absolutely. Like DJ, you're playing other people's shit. Producer, you're making shit.
Yeah.
You're playing your own shit. So it was always hard for me to like consider myself an artist as a DJ. Because I always wanted to make sure like I know that there's a difference, and I want you to know that I know that there's a difference.
Yeah.
But as of more recently, leaning into being more of an artist behind the turntables and packaging music for people, not necessarily the way that you talked about, where you're giving them lyrics that they know and putting other beats over it, like in an open format sense, where you're in a nightclub and you're like, I need to appease these people. At Celeste, it's more of an experience, and the room is so small, I don't have to appease anybody.
Yeah.
If you don't like what I'm doing, you can go to another floor.
Right.
I know that this room's going to fill back up in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's more about being an artist and playing that room and providing that experience than it is, don't mind that, we're going to get it fixed, than it is, appeasing a crowd. And I've been leaning more into this artist thing, and White Shadow has been a huge help with me for that with me. I don't know. Because he's like, he put me on that Will Ferrell event with Will Ferrell's Ultimate House Party at the Wintrust Arena. I got fucking picked up from my crib in a black SUV.
Nice.
Dude took me and my girl there. We going through the back at our artist pass.
Yeah,
We're
you're
in
an
the
artist
back
now.
eating food, and I'm sitting next to Henry Fong eating
Shout out
shitty
Henry
tacos.
Fong, baby. It's my boy.
Yeah.
boy.
So and after that was all over, I text White Shadow. I was like, dog, that was incredible. Like, thank you so much. I've never once in my life felt like an artist.
Yeah.
That was the one time ever. I've been doing this for 10 plus years.
That's cool, man.
And it was incredible. And he said that he was like, that blew my mind. He's like, what are you talking about? You've never felt you're an artist.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you even saying to me?
Yeah.
And that, he said, sparked this whole thing to like, we have the disconnect, we have this group. He's like, he's doing all this shit to help me and Heavy out a lot. Also giving us a ton of knowledge, and we're learning all this shit along the way. But I say all that to say that like, you can be just a DJ and still absolutely be an artist in that DJ booth.
Well, to your point, I think you're an artist in that craft of being a DJ.
Yeah.
Correct.
Right.
I think it's a subjective thing
I
at the
think
end of the day.
there's a lot. I mean,
Because to me, at the end of the day, an artist is that you create art. Like, I think that's like the base, you know. So whatever that is, like the art of DJing, if you're creating a mix or you're curating something, technically you're an artist. I think it's just culturally simplified down to artist makes their own music, a DJ plays other people's music. And I think
it's an easier way.
You have to think about the other side of just trying to explain the difference. If you're explaining the difference, like, what do you like? There's got to be some labels in some sense, but I don't personally take it as like, I never once thought you weren't an artist. Do I think you're a producer? Like, now we're getting into like, that's a whole nother, like, are you you've produced stuff, haven't you? Like,
sure,
you put stuff,
yeah.
I mean, then that in itself too could be like, what does that mean? Because technically, if you take a song in Ableton and you mix it with another song in Ableton, is that producing? I mean, that you produce something new. So I think it just kind of comes down to like, man, who the fuck cares?
Yeah, who the fuck cares?
I mean, I do care. I do care now because I want to make sure that if you are in that DJ booth creating, if you're just in that DJ booth just mixing two records and don't really have any idea what you're doing, and you can't catch a vibe, and you can't tie an entire room together with two songs that they have no fucking idea what they are, but they're having the time of their lives, don't call yourself an artist.
Yeah.
But if you can do that, I think that you should absolutely consider yourself an artist. That's the reason I bring it up, is to say that I have felt not like an artist my entire life. Like,
based on the definition of like, if you don't make your own music, you're not an artist.
Based on that definition, and also just like, I don't know, I know like real fucking artists, like motherfuckers that go 25 days in a row without showering because they don't give a fuck, because their mind, like Kanye West type shit, that to me is an artist. Like a motherfucker who's just on the brink of
crazy,
losing his mind.
Yeah.
And that's where the genius is. Like, that's what I've always considered an artist. And I'm not that.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the thing though, bro. It's like, I think let's scale out for a second, because I think to the average person, they don't know the difference between a DJ and an artist.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
specifics
like
right now.
They see you DJ, so you're a DJ. They see that you're on their Spotify, so now you're an artist. Like, I think it's one of those things that you can get really nitpicky with if you're in this echo chamber of like, sometimes we get like, this kind of going back to what I said earlier, like, to us and to the DJ world, everybody knows John Summit, Mal P, Clooney. You take a step back, walk into a normal everyday grocery store and go actually take a survey and see who not a lot of people know those people. So I think this might be also one of those things that we as DJs or as artists or whatever you want to call us, within like our little bubble, we get caught up in. And I get where you're like trying to make sure you're clarifying and standing on stuff, but and don't take this the wrong way, but I feel like maybe you're more so just doing that for you, like, and like to just like to confirm with yourself. But if you want the confirmation, I think you're an artist. Yeah. And I think you've always been, because I'm also not, I don't give a fuck. I don't care if you create something dope, and that could be you create an experience.
I also feel like you've been doing it long enough too. So like you've been, consistency is to me what makes you something. Agreed. I think the consistency is what makes you an artist, and you know how to curate someone's night, and you know how to do it well. So I think in that way, it's artistry.
I think the consistency and commitment to anything is what makes you something.
Agreed.
So you can release one song and never be heard from again, and you don't ever release another song. You're not an artist to me.
Right.
You know, an artist or a professional in anything that they do is, to me, based on consistency and continuously showing up, even when, you know,
you're down a little bit,
you're down or whatever, like, or you're down and out, or you may like, it's just, it's because, and you're doing something you're passionate about. I think there needs to be some type of, specifically when it comes down to art and you're claiming as an artist, I think there needs to be some type of creation in that, right? Like, a doctor doesn't necessarily create things, but they heal people, or they take care of people, or they provide medicine to people, or etc., like consult for people's health. you could do that one time, but you're not a doctor just because you did like you helped somebody one time. But the consistency, obviously the credentials, etc., that all come. But like you get credentials based on, again, consistency, going to school for 10 years, etc. So I think that's the deeper thing that maybe I feel like I just like thought of here is like in any field, that is what to me has made you an artist in my eyes. Is you have consistently put out creations and work and content, because that's the other piece we haven't talked about. Content creators are today's artists, whether you like it or not. I think to me, if you're creating content, you're an artist, because just like a movie producer is considered an artist. I mean, I think it's just such a subjective word. Well, so don't get too caught up in it, man, is what I guess I'm trying to say too.
You're right. I am confirming that with and for myself, but obviously on camera, hoping that anyone else could hear that and it could change their mind or make them realize something. You're definitely
spot on with that being a thing, though. Like that's definitely a thing, and it's been more of a thing since like COVID, when like there seemed to be like now this. I mean, I know because I lived it. I made a deliberate decision to be like, I don't want to just be a DJ, but I've never once, and I always like, because I distinguished it too, a person who makes music versus a person who DJs, or does one or the other, does both. But I always say there's nothing wrong with being only a DJ. Like that in itself is a craft and an art. And there's guys that do that better than I produce. And that doesn't make them any less of an artist. They're just an artist in a different craft. Yeah. I'm an artist in both crafts. Doesn't make me better or worse. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think people get, again, this could be a very niche down conversation, but I feel like it's a great clip because there's a lot of people that will have an opinion on this.
Well, it's a good conversation. I'm enjoying it, and new things are opening up in my mind. Like you brought up content creators being artists, and I think that yes, obviously you're creating something, which there's art behind it, but the bigger piece to me is like the passion behind it. Like, are you passionate about what you're creating, or are you just sitting in your car eating Lou Malnati's pizza and getting paid $20,000 for it?
Yeah.
Could you on one hand be considered an artist? Sure, because you sat there and made a movie, a video, a clip, whatever the fuck it is. But also, like, do you have real passion for what you're doing? Because to me, that's what matters the most.
Yeah, it's such a, the more we dive into this is like
so many little nuances.
Well, it's just because the definition of it is kind of like a blurred line. I mean, some people may sit here and say you're only an artist if you get paid for your art. And when you just said right there, it's like, are you only doing this because you get paid? Like, I don't know. Like, what makes you like a professional artist at that point? Like,
well, professional, I think if you put professional in it, getting paid is what makes you a professional.
Yeah,
but just art in and of itself, I think has nothing to do with money whatsoever.
Yeah,
I think money ruins art.
It could, yeah. I think in a lot of ways it can. I think it also can motivate and drive people to make more of that art in some cases. You know what I mean? Like it depends on what your goal is and again what your definition is. But I don't think there's any right or wrong answer. I think this is one of those topics where it's a great topic to have an open discussion about. Yeah. And that's what
do you think in the comments?
Yeah, let us know what the fuck you think in the comments, and don't disagree with me.
And we'll find you if you do.
On the Rush Hour
that was a really good question, man.
We'll pull up.
You just jump out. You're on some Jay and Silent Bob shit. You just jump out and beat someone's ass.
No, I mean that's definitely a real ass question though, man. Because I mean, it's a real topic. It's a real debate, I guess you could say.
It's real as fuck because I'm living it.
Yeah,
I am experiencing it right now. Like I'm trying. It sounds really gay, to be honest. To be like, I'm trying to like, be more of an artist. I'm trying to like.
I thought you were saying you're trying to be more gay.
That happened when Broke Boys came out.
That's true. That's true though. I mean, yeah, it's a tough question. I think it's a great conversation. So
yeah, I mean. Yeah, hard to pin down that one. Like I said, I don't think there's any really right or wrong answer. I think it just depends on what you define for yourself as which one or the other is. But also, like I said, I think because the definition is such a blurred line, like also don't get too caught up in it. If you feel like what you're doing is based on like passion and what you love, you can technically consider anything art, which then makes you an artist. I don't know,
I think that's where it lands with me, honestly, which was like something that I've realized more recently than I have my entire life, is like the passion for what you're doing is what makes it special.
Yeah.
That's what makes anybody. I don't give a fuck about cars, bro. I drive a shitty Acura. I could give a fuck about a car.
Right.
But if someone's like telling me about a car with passion, I'm like, all right, yeah, give me some more.
Yeah.
Give me some of
Yeah,
that.
I think that's
like
the
'em.
most
Yeah.
important thing. I think that's what the whole thread of what you're doing here, what we do in everyday life. Like, you just, as long as you're doing what you're passionate about and what makes you tick, like, you got to really just not give a fuck about what everybody else thinks.
I'm glad that we're doing this rush hour thing too, because like he said before, I think I was having a hard time trying to figure out after the whole Caliago thing, like where I wanted to fit in again with like in front of the camera, and now I get to do this with you, which is I'm all over it. Like I'm over here like on YouTube Studio, fucking checking analytics. Oh my God, we're at almost to this milestone. I'm on that like crazy.
You're
like,
waiting for your plaque.
Bro, no,
You just
I
want
was
a YouTube
I was
plaque.
just stoked to just be like a part of something that like now I have my hands in.
Yeah,
you
and
know?
for me, it's like like almost ushering somebody into like what I've kind of been experiencing now for a little while, and like, dude, I mean, it's whether you like it or not, it's validating to get that many eyeballs and like also like see so many people be about it, and like for him to be able to do it and us to be able to do it in like such an authentic setting,
organic as fuck.
it's just like that's I think why it hits so hard too, because it really does feel like we are two best friends that are just driving around and like
right.
going back to it.
Yeah, he
that
doesn't-
is
he
an
doesn't
art
pay
in
me.
itself. It's an art in itself. You know what I mean? Like, so we're now artists of something that was not even like a
thing.
You know what I mean? So,
Exactly.
Yeah. I will say this, and we can end here. Some of the mixes that I make accidentally on the spot in a DJ booth sound better than the shit that people sit and work on for hours on
Yeah.
end.
Yeah.
So
Isn't that funny? That's the best when that happens, low key.
Yeah,
I did that
damn.
the other day. I brought
Damn.
in a track, and I was like, "Wow, this is a sick." Like you can feel it
Yeah.
too. Like, wait, I knew this should work key wise and like energy wise, but
you bring it in at the right spot.
Just right
you
at the right
loop
time.
it at the right
Yeah.
spot. Everything's just
Yeah, you're just vibing. And you're like, as soon as it hits, you're like, that was Chris.
yeah,
You're fully
Yeah.
in the moment. You're immersed in the sound.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm riding the waveform.
Yeah.
Like the fucking sound is just around me.
yeah,
Seeing sounds.
Yeah.
Seeing stars.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think we got to wrap it. We're going long. You guys are fucking great. I love talking to both of you. I'm glad that Shane actually pulled up this time
Hey,
and
you
got
know
on
what?
the mic.
I appreciate it. I really appreciate you guys having
Wait, he
us.
needs as much practice as possible. So
Well, I mean,
that's why
it's
we're
like
here.
I said, it's tougher when you're driving and there's a camera over here, there's a blind spot. You're saying God knows what. I can't follow it up. You're
He's telling you how
DJing.
horny he is.
Yeah, he's horny. He's yelling at bystanders.
He's had said if you know anything about me and Luis Rivera, he'll say it till we are very quick
Yeah.
with the draw when it comes to fucking saying shit, talking shit. So yeah, to follow that up, especially live while he's driving and
Yeah,
I'm
it's
DJing.
It's a muscle
But
for sure.
you know, I'll get used to it. Like I said, it is what it is. But like even on here, like I couldn't be more comfortable.
Don't worry,
so.
ladies, he's good with his mouth.
Got a good mouthpiece on me.
What that mouth do? What that mouth do? What
But yeah,
that mouth do?
Thank you so much for having us. Congrats on the new spot down here, dude.
Yeah.
It's
Thank you,
fucking
bro.
awesome.
Amazing,
Thanks for
brother.
blessing it. I'm excited to see what happens with Rush Hour
Yeah.
Radio.
We'll have to get you on.
Yeah,
I would love that, bro.
That'd be sick.
I
Fucking
would
do it.
love that. It would be a fucking blast.
we should try and figure out like a way to like mesh the podcast with that.
Well,
We could do like a route and stop here because I'm not far from Portage Park.
Yeah.
Do a pod, then go drop the Jeep off.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
they'll come pick it up for us.
Is that
Fuck
your
yeah.
thing?
Yeah.
Thank
yeah.
you guys for watching. I appreciate it. If you're on YouTube, like the video, drop a comment, subscribe to the channel, algorithm activating activity. Let's go, champ. We'll see you next time. If you guys have any last words.
Hey, make sure you go follow Rush Hour Radio on YouTube, like and subscribe for us, please. Let's get these subs up.
I'm horny.
Oh fuck. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Peace.
Well, alright. Battle raps cause I've shaken grown men to the point that they can't even face their own friends. That's why they rhyme about jewels, not life, cause the ice on which they skating is so thin. That's what I love about the human soul. It'll usually show when the truth ain't told. Use a lie.